So hello everyone, welcome back to our SQL learning series. In the previous class, we learned about DDL commands like database, create table, alter, drop, truncate. So these commands help us create and manage the structure of a database. But creating a table alone is not enough. So after creating tables, we need to insert data, modify data, and delete data. And that is where DML commands come into the picture. So in today's class, we'll learn about DML, which stands for Data Manipulation Language. So as a name suggests, data manipulation language. So these commands are used to manipulate or work with the data stored inside a table. So the main DML commands are insert, update, delete, and select. It sometimes categorized separately. Sometimes it comes under PQL, which is data query language. So today we'll focus on insert, update, and delete. So, I'll create a table for demo before using them DML commands. So I'll create a table on which we'll be applying all the DML commands. So create table employees parenthesis start, and now we'll add the columns their data type and constraint. Primary key. Name package or treatment package 50 salary decimal 10 and entry package. Okay. So now just will hit the execute button. Yeah. Oh, sorry, we missed one parenthesis. So you can see commands completed successfully. So our table structure has been created. Let's just get it. Select all from employees. So see, our table structure is ready. So our next step would be we'll insert the data inside this table. So to insert the data, we'll use the insert command. So we'll say insert into, and then we'll specify table name, which is employees and then we'll assign values. Parenthesis star value 1 would be employee ID, and data type is int. So let's give 101. Then name as name is string data type, character data type. So we need to insert it inside single quotes. So let's give Sia. Sia. So our name would be Sia. Department, let's give HR. HR. As department is also, data type is also varchar, so we'll keep it inside single quote. Then salary, let's give 80,000. And country, India. We'll also keep it inside single quotes. So now let's just execute this command. So you can see one row affected. We'll see the table structure now. So now we have one record. So we learned how to insert data into the table. We can also insert multiple records at a time. So what we have to just do? We have to insert into employee and the values. I'll give comma. It's not necessary. I just kept it to so that it will look aligned. So yeah, now we can insert our new record. So department ID would be 102. So make sure if you haven't watched the previous class, so here we have used primary key in the employee ID. So when we use the same employee ID, it will throw error. Or if we'll leave the any of the column, again it will throw error for employee ID, because the primary key rule is it makes sure that there is no null value and every value must be unique. So we'll insert a new record, new employee ID. Name would be, I think, let's give Rahul. Is Rahul. Rahul is sales. Salary is 75,000. And he is also from India. Here we are getting this red line because department name we have stored in a string character format, so we have to keep it inside single quote. Insert one new record and we'll give Neha, and she belongs from IT department. Let's give salary 80,000. India. So you can see we will now will insert, because we have already inserted this one. So let's just change the employee ID, because in the employee ID we have used the constant primary key, and in the other column we haven't used any constant. So Let's just execute this command. Oh, sorry. So you can see 3 rows affected. Will Yeah. So now we have 4 records in the employee table. So we learned how to insert record inside a table using the insert into command. Now we'll talk about our next command, which is select command. But before that, uh, I just wanted to add one note here. So sometimes we may not want to insert values in all the columns. So we have inserted these 5 columns. We have these 5 columns in this employees table. But sometimes suppose we do not want the values in all the columns. So what we can do in that case, what we'll do, we'll use the insert into commands in a way. We'll insert into table name and then we'll assign the names of the column in which we want to store the value. So suppose I just want employee ID, name, name, and department. This department, yeah. Now we'll say values, and now we'll insert the values in these inside these columns. So we'll give 105. Let's give Ella, and uh, department name would be, let's give sales. So now we'll execute this command. See 1 row affected, and now we'll query the structure of the table. So you can see we have fifth record with employee ID 105, name Ella, and department sales. But in these 2 columns, we got null because we did not assign any value in these columns. So you can do these ways also. So now we have talked about insert into. Now we'll talk about our next command, which is select command, which is a very important command. As you saw, we use the basic example. We use select command to retrieve the data from the table. So to see the inserted data, we basically use select command. So the basic syntax we have already seen: select all from any table employees. So what it will do, it will give you all the data which exists in that table. So we can see all the records. So the star symbol means all columns. We can also select specific columns. So instead of star, suppose you just want to see name or name and salary. So you'll just give name and salary from employees. Salary, right. See, we can see name and their salary. So this command will retrieve data from the table. Now we'll talk about our next command, which is update. Update. So the update command is used to modify existing records. And let's me show you the syntax to use it. Syntax. So we'll use update, then table name. Then we'll use set column name. We'll assign the value, and then we'll give the condition where and the condition, right? Now let's practice this syntax. We'll practice this one in our previous table. So we'll write date employees set salary equals to 90,000, where employee ID equals to 101. Okay. Now just execute this command. You can see one row affected. Now we'll query this employees table. So see, previously for 101 we had salary 80,000. Now we have 90,000. So we updated this record using the update command. We can also update multiple columns at a time. So what we have to do here, we set update set salary equals to 90,000. Suppose we want to update country as well. So what we'll do, we'll just comma and country equals to, as country column is stored in the var data type. So we'll keep the value inside the single quote. So now UK. Where employee ID, we have already updated this ID. So now update for the different value 102. So you can see for 102 now we have salary 75,000 and country is India. So let me just execute this command. One row affected, and now let me just, yeah, see, for employee ID 102, the salary became 90,000 and the country is UK now. So using update command, we can update multiple columns at a time. And here I would add one note. So without using the where condition, the where condition, if you'll say that update employee set salary country equals to UK, what it will do, it will update for all the rows. It won't update for specific rows. What it will do, it will update for all the rows. Let me just show you. So you can see without the filter condition, what it did, without the condition, it affected all the rows. So when you will query the table, you can see now the salary of all the employee will become 90,000 and the country is UK. So always be cautious using the command. Now we'll talk about the delete command. So the delete command removes record from a table. And the syntax is delete from table name, and then we have to give condition where condition. So let's just practice this. We'll say delete from employees. Where employee ID equals to 101. Now I'll just execute this command. So see, one row is affected. Now we'll query the table. Select all from employees. Now you can see we do not have the 101 record. So suppose you want to delete all the records instead of specific record. So what you just have to do, you just have to say delete from employees. It will delete all the records. When you will execute the button, it will delete all the records. See, select all from employees. See, we do not have any record in it. So this deleted all the records but kept the table structure. Now, in the previous class, we talked about truncate command. So what is the difference between delete and truncate? So delete deletes selected rows, whereas truncate deletes all the rows. With delete we can use where, but with truncate we cannot use where. Delete is slower than truncate, and truncate is a little bit faster than delete. So today we learned about the DML operation. Now I'll give you one question for you guys to practice. So you create a table with whose name would be student. Student. And the columns would be student ID. As this is ID, you can keep the data type int, name. So the data type would be varchar, age, and city. And insert 3 records and display them using select. So this would be, you can say, your homework, so that you can practice the select command and create table command, insert command. And you can also delete records from the table, and then you can insert a new record, or you can update any of the particular records. So practice these commands. So we'll meet you in the next class. So today we learned what is DML, insert command, in which we learned insert command, select command, update command, delete command. So in the next class, we'll learn the where clause, logical operators, filtering data. So these concepts will help us retrieve specific data from tables. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next class. That's all for today. Let's meet in the next class.